Hey there guys, what's going on? It's Talking Flicks here, and today we are going to be doing another video, but wait, it's not just any Talking Flicks video, it is Flick Battles! Except it's not necessarily Flicks they're going to be battling today. We are going to have Mini-Me joining us. It is going to be me, he is ready to fight, ready to get into this battle. And this battle is not featuring flicks, it is featuring shows, but shows that have flick budgets, so kind of like flicks, but they are shows, so yeah. Let's get into it. We are doing WandaVision versus Falcon and the Winter Soldier. In celebration of Falcon and Winter Soldier just being released, we are going to be having these two going head to head in flick battles. And before we get started into the actual battle, or well, show battles, it's still flick battles, that's what the series is, it's fine, it's fine. Before we actually get into it, I do want to say one thing, and that is spoilers! That's enough beeping now, and now it's time to get into the battle. And we shall let them battle to the death in Alright, I also recorded for like 2.5 minutes and didn't realize I was recording, or realized I wasn't recording, but let's get into the actual battle here. So let's start with the characters. Alright, so let's start with WandaVision. I'm gonna start with positive stuff about the characters on WandaVision. I'm gonna start positive, and then I'm gonna go negative. So the most positive is Vision. I thought Vision was awesome. Because I loved figuring out everything he knew. Well, we were figuring out everything along with Vision and just seeing him going through all these troubles and everything, figuring out what's going on and seeing what Wanda is doing. I think all that's awesome. And I really loved Vision in this one. Even though in the show, even though he wasn't real, I thought that didn't really quite feel right for me. I think it would have been better if they just used his body. And then just the other, because again, no one really dies in the MCU. Freaking crap, man, with Vision being back at the end. But yeah, and then so yeah, I thought Vision was the best part of the show, honestly. Now let's get to the other half, Wanda. Wanda wasn't as good for me. Let's start with positives. I really loved her going through her grief. I thought that was a really good way to go through with her. And with episode 8, when you saw her, going to Vision's body, I really felt emotionally connected to her character in that moment. And I thought that was some really great stuff they were doing with Wanda's character at that point. But then she just, once it gets to like episode 9, at the end of episode 9, I did not like where they left Wanda's character. It just felt too villainous, and it didn't feel like Wanda, the character they established in the MCU, would do this. I get that she's trying to become, well, not trying to become, just slowly becoming a villain. But it didn't work for me because it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel earned. That's what I'm trying to say. This show didn't feel like she was going to a descent of villainy. She was going through her grief, but not into villainy. That's the difference. And so when she almost just ends as pure villain, when she's leaving these people as hostages and not even saying sorry to them, I thought she should have turned herself into the authorities. Would have been the right thing to do for Wanda, I think. Or the right thing to leave Wanda's character at, and they did. And she just flies away. And White Vision just flies away somewhere else. Just to leave more questions for the future. And it's also great when Kevin Feige said that this is going to be the first part in a 3-saga story. And he's like, oh wait, no, this actually isn't that important. I'm like, what? Really? Really, Kevin? Really? I'm going to pause this here because I have some more stuff to say. Because I don't know how much time I have left. I'm just gonna check about how much more. if I can fast forward. Just gonna... spoilers. Alright, just pretend you didn't see that. We'll go there. That's good, because I have about 20 seconds left. Alright. So, and then, let's talk about Monica, because she's another main character. That scene where she's coming back from the dust, and she's in the hospital and everything, and she finds out her mother's been dead. Fantastic. Absolutely love that scene. That's one of the best scenes in the show. If not the best. It's seriously that freaking good. One of the best scenes in the entire MCU. I thought that was incredible. But the rest of Monica's character, she didn't feel developed very much. By the end, when she got her powers, didn't really feel earned. I didn't really think that's the route they were going to go with her. Or at least the way she got her powers, was not a fan of, with her going into the hacks, and she went in so many times that she just got powers. I'm like, really? I don't really buy it. I don't buy it, honestly. I don't buy it at all. And then with what she did with when she was trying to talk to Wanda, I guess, but at the end of the day, she's holding these people hostage. I actually almost agree with Hayworth here. And then when Monica, at the end, she tells Wanda when she's about to leave, she's like, they'll never know what you sacrificed for them. That's just one of the worst things you could have possibly said. Because that means she was holding these people hostage. Those things that she got were all not there to begin with. So did she even sacrifice anything anyway? So I mean, just no. Did not like what they did with Monica's character in the show by the end. And then you got Jimmy Woo and Darcy. I thought they were pretty good. I thought they were fun side characters, and I liked them. I actually liked them more here than the movies they were previously in. So good job with them. And so yeah, very mixed bag with the characters of WandaVision. And now Falcon and Winter Soldier. Bucky and Sam were awesome. I love them both, and the show made me love both characters more, and it made me excited for the future that they were going to go through. And the show really made me feel like Sam earned that shield, and that's what it needed to do, and I thought I did it perfectly. And it really made me feel more for Bucky and him trying to make amends with everything. I thought that was awesome. And I think we're about to move on, so just gonna pause again real quick. You know, him making amends and trying to move on, and some of Sebastian Stan's acting when he's like having mental breakdowns and everything, incredible. Really fantastic acting from Sebastian Stan, great acting from both, and I really like that you get more of the backstory and Bucky meeting up with Yori and everything, and him confessing that he killed Yori's son by the end was just such a great moment. And really, again, emotional acting from Sebastian Stan. I thought that was just the way you see with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't think WandaVision does it as well. Is that Falcon and Winter Soldier pays off all of the arcs so well, whereas I feel like WandaVision falls flat in some cases. And then with John Walker, I thought John Walker was great. We have a separate topic for the villains, but John Walker's kind of in the middle between good and bad. Because, you know, at the end of the day, he killed that guy, but at the same time, war soldiers kill people all the time, and this guy was a bad guy. I think, did this guy kill anyone? Well, they were attacking the good people, so bad. And, you know, he acted out of rage more than anything, right there. And when he killed Lamar, that was such an amazing moment, where you really almost sympathized with John Walker, but at the same time, he's clearly a villain, or did a bad thing at the very least. So really great stuff there, and I really loved Isaiah's arc by what they did with Isaiah with him by the end, and realizing that Sam did become Captain America, and when Isaiah saw that, again, one of the best moments in the entire show. So really fantastic stuff there that this show did with its characters. Oh gosh, it's gonna be a long video. I'm sorry for everyone watching, but yeah, really fantastic stuff there. Well, this is a show, so it has to be longer. So I'm going to give WandaVision a 5 out of 10. Very mixed bag. And I didn't like a lot of stuff they did with Falcon and Winter Soldier. 9 out of 10. Absolutely awesome. Love what they did. And now let's get into the villain category. Alright. So let's start with Agatha. I did not like Agatha. I'm going to be straight up. Catherine Hahn did a really good performance. And that's about all the positive I can say about Agatha. It wasn't Agatha all along. All she did was give the fake Pietro. And, at least before she sang the song, really it was all still Wanda. And then when else happened? Then at the end, when you get to the witches and stuff, just the witches was too much. I felt like they didn't really explain it. Like, for example, when Doctor Strange introduced the sorcerers, I felt like they explained that well. I'm like, okay, I can believe this in the Marvel Universe. Witches, not as much. They barely explain it. And then with Scarlet Witch actually being a witch this entire time, it just... her backstory is simple. She got her powers from the Mind Stone. Perfect. Just keep it at that. No, they had to go that extra mile, and it was just too much. It became too much for me, too confusing, and my tiny brain couldn't handle it. And then, oh gosh, I need to pause. I need to pause on this moment, because it's time for me to rant about Pietro. Okay, so they introduced Evan Peters as Quicksilver. When he showed up at the end of episode 5, that was one of the most hype moment of the show for me. Also, when freaking one of the actors tweeted that there is a Luke Skywalker level reveal, spoilers for Mandalorian Season 2, Luke Skywalker level reveal in WandaVision. Listen, I love Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, but he's not Luke Skywalker level, I'll tell you that. And so, I don't really know who they could have been talking about. Was it the new Vision? All I know is they were nowhere near Luke Skywalker. No, just saying. So, yeah. False advertisement, and then you see when you have these week-to-week things, your hype just keeps increasing, and then so when it falls flat, it becomes all the more disappointing. And it sucks when a lot of the fan theories that were going around for WandaVision, Mephisto being introduced and everything. I heard that the people that were working on the show didn't even know who Mephisto was while they were making the show. I mean, really? So, do your knowledge. At least one person has to do that. So, look stuff up and everything. And then, yeah, just ridiculous. It's ridiculous when... I get that you shouldn't listen to fan theories and everything, but it sucks when the fan theories, or a lot of the fan theories, are better than what the show actually gives. That should not be the case. Like, imagine if Endgame, the fan theories are better than what actually happened. Just no. Because Endgame, I can't think of a single fan theory that was better than what actually happened in the movie. That's how it should be. The writers and the creators should be smarter than the people at home. That's just fact. That's why they were the ones hired, not the people at home. So just did not like what they did with, with the villains, because Agatha was not very intimidating by the end, honestly. I never thought for a second that Agatha would be winning or anything, or anything. She would kill anyone or anything. I never thought that. And, okay, Pietro. I need to talk about this. So, you introduce Evan Peters as Pietro, as Quicksilver, which is amazing. And it did suck that he didn't get slow motion run sequence. That would have been awesome, but hey ho. Can't win everything, I guess. But when Pietro comes in, such a hype moment, and then he ends up being Ralph, which is, I guess, a nice little payoff moment there. But it's Ralph Boner, by the way, so his entire thing is a boner joke, pretty much. And the whole multiverse theory, and we knew that this show was leading into Doctor Strange 2, which is titled In the Multiverse of Madness. Coincidence? I think not. Actually, I should show off the clip of that, actually.
Coincidence? I think not!
Yep, I put that in. I knew I would. Alright, and just the fact that they did that, I don't understand why Marvel would want to troll us like that. I mean, I just felt insulted after that happened. I straight up did. I mean, that's what you're doing? That's the payoff to Quicksilver? I mean, I don't understand. Why? I need to show you a why clip real quick. Hold on.
Why?
Okay.
Yes, exactly, Eddie Murphy. He understands, I don't understand why the showrunners would do this. And they're doing the multiverse. Maybe it didn't have to lead into the X-Men. I'm fine with it not. Even if it didn't even lead into the X-Men universe, maybe there's a universe where that's the Quicksilver. At least let it be some form of entrance to the multiverse. It doesn't even have to lead into the X-Men franchise. I would have been fine if it didn't. Because I don't need Hugh Jackman back. I was very satisfied with the conclusion they gave him with Logan, so... Dang. just really frustrating. Alright, now let's move on to the villains of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Well, I have a lot less to say because they are nowhere near as frustrating. Well, the thing is, Wanda actually put in some interesting stuff with Wanda. They did some interesting things with Wanda, and with her grief being the villain almost. But then when she just goes full on villain, I think I might have been too kind with the points I gave. I'm tempted to go lower, but it's too late to change it. But I really do kind of feel for Wanda's character, and to an extent, I see where she's not I see where she's coming from, but I can see how and why she did this, and I think it's actually kind of cool that she made a hex. I think it's pretty cool. It really just exemplifies her powers, and so there was some good stuff there, but a lot of bad as well. Yeah, now realizing it, I should have gone lower with the score of the villains I gave. But Falcon and Winter Soldier. Alright, Falcon and Winter Soldier is a lot simpler here. The Power Broker. Okay, I did not like the Power Broker, who is Sharon Carter. The development didn't feel earned. Again, I feel like a couple more episodes would have made me feel earned that she was the Power Broker. I think it would have been a better reveal, more interesting, and I think that would have been better. They didn't do that, and it just didn't feel earned, and I didn't really like it all that much. Didn't care for it. It wasn't horrible, wasn't good either. And then the Flag Smashers, it's actually the same. Wasn't horrible, wasn't good either. I felt like, again, they were underdeveloped, they weren't very threatening, but they had some cool motives, some interesting sort of backstory with Carly there, so I give WandaVision a 6 out of 10. I'm tempted to go to a 5, and Falcon and Winter Soldier also gets a 6 out of 10. You see, I am pretty neutral in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and thinking about it, 6 is a neutral score. WandaVision does not deserve neutral for the villains, so. Even though, then again, fake Pietro isn't really a villain in the show, so kind of just disregard that. I only really talked about it during the villain section, so just talking about Agatha, I guess that's fair. So story. The story for WandaVision, with her entering the hex, it's a cool story on paper, with, her making the hex, but just some of the plot beats they chose, especially with, Quicksilver and Agatha. And the other thing is how every episode ends on cliffhanger, just leaves you waiting for the next episode. You're like, every episode, you're like, alright, this is gonna be the one where they reveal stuff. Okay, it's gonna be this one, it's gonna be this one, it's gonna be this one. Then you get to the finale, and then they don't give satisfying answers. You see the problem? So, yeah, I guess not as much to talk about the story of WandaVision, just because I've already talked ad nauseum about it, the show. So we're good. Now let's get into Falcon and Winter Soldier. I dug the story for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I actually really liked it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, the story is about Falcon earning that shield. That's what it's about most. And then the stuff with Isaiah, John Walker, Bucky, all great stuff. I do wish a little bit more development was in there, so, a little bit more time for everything to feel fleshed out would have been great. That wasn't there. 1 or 2 more episodes would have been awesome. But we didn't get that. But still, what we got, I was really happy with. That was very good. Story, really good overall. Really dug it. So, yeah, there's a lot less to say there. So I'm just gonna. Wow, there's a lot of stuff I'd just be sitting through. So, be glad I'm just skipping this. So yeah, let's talk about this now. So story, what's the score? WandaVision gets a 5 out of 10. Talked about it. No, I see what wants to feel like. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier gets an 8 out of 10. Now let's move on to the action. Heck yeah. Alright, this is an unfair matchup because at the end of the day, WandaVision is about the action, so I'm gonna give it some leeway in that regard. I'm not gonna be as harsh as I would if the show were about action. Even though there wasn't a lot of action, the action we did get in the finale, which is pretty much where all the action was, there's none throughout the rest. The action in the finale was not good. Okay, apologies guys, I have to go, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, apologies for that little break there, but alright, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good to go. Alright. So where was I? WandaVision. Action. Okay. Even the action that was in WandaVision, I know that it doesn't have a lot of action, action is not as focused, but the action that was there was still not very good. I mean, from a TV show standpoint, yeah. But judging what other TV shows can do with this budget that WandaVision had, looking at something like Falcon and Winter Soldier or Mandalorian, just the action in those shows was so much better. Even, I get that, not even just in quantity, but in quality as well. Because that action sequence in WandaVision was not very good at all. The Vision stuff, except for the phasing part, felt a lot very similar to Man of Steel. Because I saw a side-by-side comparison, I'm like, holy crap, that's actually really similar. And then just And then the action with, oh shoot, no, you're not supposed to see that, no. Pretend you didn't see it. And then the action with Wanda versus Agatha was very boring because, listen, Agatha could take her powers, and it showed that. I mean, she could have just taken her powers, but for some reason she just kept monologuing. I don't get why she did that. Just felt stupid. But now let's get to the action of Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was one of the highlights of the show. A little bit more action would have been nice, I'll say that, but overall the action was really, really great. All of the action sequences in there were awesome. The final battle stuff, the finale action was really good. Episode 5 had a really cool sequence between John Walker and Falcon and Bucky. Just some really great action sequences in the shows and Falcon and Winter Soldier. So WandaVision gets a 5 and Falcon and Winter Soldier gets a 9. Alright, now let's move on to the final category, and that is the music. Now there's a category where I'm actually going to be kindest to WandaVision, because the theme songs were actually really cute that they did with WandaVision. I actually quite liked them, that they were really good, and the TV show itself had some good background music along with it. Falcon and Winter Soldier has also some really nice background music, but of course I'd probably say better music, well not actually background music, but better score overall than WandaVision, but the theme songs I really liked in WandaVision. So, yeah, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier overall has the better score, but I like the theme songs a lot in WandaVision, so honestly we could just skip to the score part here. So, WandaVision gets an 8 out of 10, and Falcon and Winter Soldier gets a 7 out of 10. Now for the winner, and that's Falcon and Winter Soldier, just because I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is overall better. The story, the character development, the only thing WandaVision, really that's it. And so overall, I did much prefer Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's more my kind of thing, you know, the action spy sort of thing, more like the MCU that I know. That's Falcon and Winter Soldier, and so I gravitate towards that naturally. I would, but still, WandaVision had a lot of problems, and by the end, it had a lot of issues for me. But in conclusion, WandaVision gets a 59% mediocre. And Falcon and Winter Soldier gets an 88% great. So, mediocre, everything below 60%, I just do not recommend. So, unfortunately, I can't recommend WandaVision. It has some really high highs in there, that's why I get all the way up to that 59%, but so many issues in there. And Falcon and Winter Soldier, I really didn't have many issues with it, and the ones I did have were not that big. They weren't that big of a deal, in my opinion. And so, I thought it was great. Really liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you don't know, Captain America is my personal favorite MCU superhero, and so this is, of course, going to be more sort of my speed, but still, I preferred Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, yeah, I talked about these two shows ad nauseum throughout this video. I'm sorry if I'm boring you, so just going to end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do like the video, help out a lot, subscribe if you want to see more, check out some future content I'm going to have out. I'm planning on doing a nice Mortal Kombat flick battle. I think that'll be really fun. And also, I'm with the movie that just released this weekend. And also, I have a bunch of other MCU content, a bunch of MCU reviews, a couple MCU battles on my channel. So check those out. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.